Marginal gains. 80 ways to take your resume to the next level. By Jamie Hughes. No one can deny the fact that the first step of the recruitment process is one's presentation of self in the form of resume. It is because of the first impression of your resume makes it obvious whether the recruiter finds you capable of being called for further tests and interviews. This very nature of the process demands smart effort to be given an opportunity to see the interviewer in order to prove one's capabilities. Otherwise, you may have to face the miserable state of rejection before you are tested. It is, in fact, due to this approach of the market that most of the skillful and capable candidates fail to make it up to the interviews, while those with ordinary skills get the jobs quite smartly. That's what makes the smart work a step ahead when compared with skills and hard work. That is what we will be dealing with throughout this video. The art of making an opportunity. What do you think about your resume? Does it fulfill the entire criterion to be called a master resume? Do you think it fits the conditions to make the employer call you for further inspection of your abilities? Let us see what it takes a resume to be universally a perfect example for drawing recruiters' attention. You can check it comparing your resume with the criteria mentioned below in order to see if you are really up to the mark. 1. In order to get shortlisted, there is no other way except for presenting yourself in the best possible manner. This includes each and every single thing that might be likely to catch the eye of the selectors. 2. It is that piece of paper that is supposed to show the companies or institutes whether you are worth their work or not. You need to present the best of yourself on it without spoiling a single space with unnecessary details. 3. Make sure that your resume does not exceed 2 pages as a fresher and 3 pages as an experienced candidate, or it is most likely to be thrown away. Try putting the relevant details as in the respective spaces. 4. Don't find it an easy way to try and get through with the help of lies about your qualifications and career. You cannot skip the disastrous consequences of these lies, which are to make you regret one day. Just be honest. 5. Don't get confused to decide if your birth certificate or passport is the most important document you own. It is, in fact, the well-written resume that is filled with the treasure of your skills and experience. 6. Keep your resume alive by feeding it with adding the experiences with the passage of time. Keep it up to date and design it as per the nature of your career. 7. Make it a master resume by putting in your experience, recent achievements, and all the necessary details at their respective places. Keep the related elements prominent. 8. You cannot write it well if you fail to critically evaluate yourself along with pros and cons of your being. Know yourself exactly what you are, instead of what you think you are. Don't be driven by feelings and emotions. 9. Do not use the unnecessary words just to fill in the space, as they may get you caught later. For example, stating yourself as honest or punctual will not help you to be shortlisted. 10. Be aware of the target audience for whom you are writing it. Your resume may vary in form if you are intending it to different companies for jobs varying in their nature. 11. Remember that there are certain generic skills which are commonly preferred in professional career, such as communication skills or computer-related skills. Make a room for them too, keeping the objectives of job ahead. 12. Avoid writing anything irrelevant to the demands of the job you are applying for. You do not need to fill in the space with everything belonging to you. Rather select what is required for the specific job. 13. There is no need to apply for the jobs for which you do not have at least half of the credentials asked for. By not applying to such jobs, you will save yourself from getting disappointed for rejections. 14. Don't let your confidence be dropped by thinking that other candidates having more skills have more opportunity of getting selected. Never fill your mind with the negative thoughts. 15. Use the fonts which are easily readable, such as Gill Sans MT or Calibri. There is no need to be creative when it comes to the format of your resume. Instead, Keep it professional. 16. Keep the backups of your master resume in multiple places possible. You can keep it in your email or in USB apart from computer or laptop. It helps you keep it safe if you lose it from one place. 17. Keep the electronic format of your resume in as Word document as it is the most compatible for available to everyone. 18. Let it be simple and in the same fonts. Do not make it look like a pizza menu. Keep your name on the top without leaving any space with headers or footers. 19. Present yourself in the resume in the first person instead of doing so in third person. 20. Try to avoid typos as they can simply prove disastrous to have such errors in the application. 21. Do not add hyperlink of your LinkedIn profile unless you have at least 100 connections. Apart from that, your profile must be complete as well. 22. Do not wait for the companies to call you. Make a list of the companies you are interested in working with. Ring them and let them know honestly that you are interested in working with them. 23. Try to avoid using the third page for your resume and limit it to the second page by widening the margins. 24. There is no need to put page numbers or even your name in headers or footers. If you do so, your resume will consume more of the space. 25. Do not worry about it if it looks odd in your smart app, for it will view fine when the recruiter opens it in the computer screen. 26. Do not attempt to attract with unnecessary information as it will make you look desperate for the job. It will also drop your market value. 27. Using colors will get you rejected immediately. So keep it black and white and avoid colors. 28. Handwritten resumes are professionally unacceptable, be aware of it. 29. There is no need to add photos or even date of birth in your resume until these things are the requirements of the job. 30. Avoid mentioning your date of birth unless you are asked for it by the company you are applying. 31. For name, font at 18 in size. Keep its font format as the rest of resume. 32. Do not forget to check if you have put the right contact numbers in the resume. 33. Keep your contact number on once you apply for the jobs. Missing your calls or dropping them due to charge is quite unprofessional. 34. Make sure you have a professional voicemail greeting instead of funny one, as it will leave a very unnatural impact on the recruiter. 35. Stay connected with your email address by checking inbox or even spam folder as regularly as on daily basis. 36. Write your profile as a professional one and not as a personal one. Personal profile sounds quite unprofessional. Try to mention all those related details, but do not let it exceed 3 paragraphs or 2/3 of the page in length. 37. Keep it all clearly mentioned in the professional profile whether you change your career or you have had any gaps. 38. Do not forget to add any of the main headings, such as professional profile, employment history, educational training, and professional development. 39. In the employment history, start with the current of the recent most jobs and so on along with any additional achievements related to work history. 40. In the same way, write your recently completed degree first and then downwards. Identify the gaps if there are any in your career with reasonable explanations. 41. Adding languages of proficiency, computer skills, and other skills that you are good at is also a good choice. 42. In the first paragraph of professional profile express your capability, purpose to apply, and experience so far. 43. In the second and third paragraphs refer back to your skills, academics, and experiences by highlighting the stronger areas. 44. Additional competencies must not be avoided as they prove quite useful. 45. Keep the format in alignment by using the headings and remarks at their respective places. Use the present active tense to keep your resume energetic. 46. In the employment history session, start with the most recent as you move downwards. 47. In case you have long-term history in the same company with promotions, write it down with the respective titles, and keeping the recent post at first. 48. Employment history proves effective in expressing your capabilities, and it also identifies what you mention in your professional profile or cover letter. 49. Add achievements at the bottom of each heading in italics to keep it correlated to the title. 50. Under the title of Education and Further Training, avoid the primary education and put all the academic and professional courses. 51. Put the recent degree completed first and follow the order. Add CGPA and identify major subjects you studied during the course. 52. The more experiences you gain, the lesser and the most recent details you need to show. 53. Keep all the relevant degrees and certificates in a secure folder so that you can access them whenever required. 54. Under the section of continuous professional development you can mention the course and certificates you have acquired apart from professional and academic experience. Though the section is avoided, it must find its place in the resume. 55. Write languages you know along with the level of competency. There is no need to use bullets, as a simple line with brackets is fine. 56. Likewise, use your IT skills without using much of the space in a concise manner. 57. You can put the section for volunteering experience if you can justify it with the certificates acquired. 58. You can avail the experience and add it to resume until you get the professional experience. This proves to be helpful as a fresh candidate. 59. Additional interests or activities must be avoided unless you are inexperienced. Otherwise, there is no need to fill in the spaces. 60. Keep it in mind that references are not very important and can be skipped if you do not want to add any. 61. Or you can simply state, references on request, even that is fine. 62. There is no need to give all their details. 63. Keep your references refreshed. 64. In case you fail to have any professional reference, character references can be availed instead. 65. Cover letters do have a very significant value in the process of recruitment. Well-written cover letter is a good channel to draw the recruiter's attention towards your resume. 66. When writing addresses in the cover letter you can use either block or indented format, but for simplicity indented method is the best choice. 67. Instead of using sir or madam, try to find out who you are intending it to, and then use their name preceded by dear, like, Dxane. 68. Mention the job in the very first line of the cover letter, making it clear for the recruiter. 69. Once you are aware of what post advertisement you are responding to, it will be easier for you to put the relevant information in the cover letter. Apply it to the first paragraph, given a length of no more than 2 to 3 sentences. 70. Unlike the opening paragraph, the body of the cover letter should tend to be in freestyle, exposing your core strengths. This includes your skills, abilities, and competency level in connection with the job specified. 71. The final paragraph should sound formal and sum up, leaving an impression of confidence, politeness, and positivity. 72. Your salutation in the cover letter should be, sincerely. 73. The salutation should be followed by your name with enough space in between for a handwritten signature. 74. Using recruitment agencies prove helpful as they are more aware of the market and its nature. 75. You are suggested to use one by conducting a thorough research so that you stay confident in that regard. 76. Recruitment agencies work either by recruiting permanent staff for organizations, or on temporary staff who can work for a shorter time period. It should be kept in mind what works for you in your context to get registered with. 77. In case you are not highly educated and experienced, try to contact 2 or 3 agencies. Otherwise, you can give a single agency specific time to find you a job. 78. Recruitment agencies send speculative resumes to the organizations. Their organizations consider the resumes sent when they have a post vacant. 79. You must stay in contact with your recruitment agency consultant to avoid any sort of misunderstanding. If they get you a job which may not be up to your interests, you can simply tell them that you are not interested. 80. To conclude, take your resume seriously, avoid being idealistic, and believe in yourself. In a nutshell, you must understand the importance of your resume in your professional career. It is no less important than the degrees, skills, and abilities you possess. Your resume is the medium of your career which can carry it to a bright future tomorrow. You must also keep it in mind that no resume can be perfect, as it all depends on its effectiveness when the employer finds it. Along with what you put on paper, you must also be able to evidently prove with your confidence that you are worth your word. What we learned. What was the core message that we got from this book? In recruitment, you are a product and the organization where you apply in to get the job is the shopper and they look for the best features. What you need to do, when preparing a resume is to display your best skills, your selling features, in a readable, clear and concise manner. If you are an inexperienced candidate or still in infancy of your career, 2 pages at most is the ideal length of a resume. If you have rich experience in your field with high-level skill set, 3 pages could be enough to make your resume impactful. As you gain more experience and enhance your skills, make changes to your resume accordingly. Focus on what the reader of your resume wants to read to make it easier for him to shortlist you as a worthy candidate for an interview. Typing errors can kill your resume and you can end up losing a golden opportunity. Adding a LinkedIn profile hyperlink to your resume can only be helpful if you have more than 100 connections and a complete profile. Be honest and don't lie in your resume, otherwise you may face the disastrous consequences.